Hey everybody, it's Cybercrime Month. And on Cybercrime Month, we're going to be focusing in on types of cybercrimes and how to protect against them. The internet is a dangerous place. And that's because there are a lot of tech-savvy individuals that engage in various types of criminal activities online by abusing people's generosity in some cases in computer networks. Those nefarious operators usually result in theft of unsuspecting users' personal or financial information. Data which the bad guys, the bad actors of the dark web monetize for their own gain. Well, here are the 5 types of cybercrimes with which users should be familiar with. Number 1, phishing. Phishing is one of the most important. In fact, we're going to have a video that goes into different types of phishing. Phishing is a type of attack where the bad actors attempt to trick unsuspecting users into doing something they normally wouldn't do, such as clicking on a bad URL or opening an email attachment they shouldn't do. The bad guys usually leverage phishing attacks to be able to steal login credentials or other details that they can then use to be able to gain unauthorized access to either the email accounts or to the financial institution accounts. What are some of the basics you can do to protect yourself? To be able to protect yourself against phishing, well, exercise caution around clicking on links or opening attachments. Be on the lookout for telltale signs of phishing scams, which could be grammar or spelling mistakes, or it seems like an official correspondence from a bank or another institution that just seems a little bit out of place. You got to warn you though, these guys are starting to use spell check, so they're getting a little bit better than that. Next, we have ransomware. Now, ransomware is a type of crimeware where it works in this way. In most cases, it infects a computer and it's done via a phishing attack or some type of exploit kit that is used. Upon successful infection, the ransomware commonly and then encrypts the data, the victim's data on that computer. It then demands a ransom payment in exchange for the return of the data. But there's no guarantee you're going to get your data back. It just doesn't always work that way. Now, what can you do to be able to protect against ransomware? Well, be careful not to fall for phishing schemes, but you should have a plan in place for data recovery of your computers, having backups of all your computer data. Programs will help ransomware victims to be able to get their data back for free if they've ever experienced an infection. If you don't have a backup of your data, that's where you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And we've seen ransomware used in some scary places. Have you seen it used even like in hospitals? Even recently, some articles came up where it's being done in dental offices. But make sure you have backups. Another type that we got to be on the lookout for is malware. Now, malware comes in many different flavors and versions. Some specifically target users' financial information by installing key logging systems onto the victim's computers. Malware samples can also reach users via a number of different delivery methods. It can come via a phishing attack, a malicious software package that exploits unpatched software vulnerabilities within your operating system. Now, once installed, attackers can use the malware to spy on online activities, to steal personal and financial information, or just hack into other systems. Malware has become one of the biggest online threats, and it's used in some of the world's largest cyber attacks. You may have heard of the WannaCry attack or the Crypto Locker. Both of those had to do with malware. How do you protect against malware? People can protect against malware by always checking the domain of a login page for their web accounts. If something seems off, a little weird, the website might be a fake, and it could be an attempt to steal your login information. Users should also implement security updates as soon as possible. And if you got to store your passwords, store them in an extremely secure location such as a password manager. And make sure that one has got a very complicated password for it so that it's not something somebody can easily get into. Another area we got to be concerned with, identity theft. Attackers can do all kinds of things with a person's identity. They can take control of the victim's banking credentials. They can apply for new banking accounts. They can steal your hard-earned savings. All they need are some key bits of information about you to convince a bank or really a customer service representative, that they are you. Reminds me of that commercial not too long ago, used to be on TV, where they had the guy sit there and answer the phone and goes, "Hello, my name is Peggy." Yeah, that's exactly where you get when you get identity theft taking place. Now, to protect against identity theft, as a user, you should take care not to reveal too much about yourselves on social media or other websites. Boy, don't people put some information out there? I mean, a little bit too much. There's no reason to ever disclose your financial information publicly. Just saying, don't do it. In addition, users should never use email to transmit their social security number or other personal information to another person, especially to somebody you don't even know. Another area, scams. Yeah, just scams in general. Scams don't come in any just one size fits all, but they have something in common. They convey an enticing offer that in many cases attempts to trick the user into sending over money. Of course, those offers are phony, and the victim ends up losing money in the process. If you won a lottery that you never entered, and you're being asked to send money to get the money you won, something's wrong with that picture. But people do it every day. Truth is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Users should never buy into incredible, crazy scenarios where they're offered money or reward in exchange for a fee. I mean, if you won the lottery, can't you just tell them, take it out of my winnings, right? Okay, thank you. Instead, they should see those messages for what they are. They're campaigns that are designed to steal their money. There's all kinds of things you can do. Be careful. Exercise common sense, even though it may not always be so common. Follow security best practices. To be able to protect against phishing attacks, ransomware, malware, identity theft, and other scams, be aware of what is happening out there. Keep your computer systems as up to date as possible. Question everything, because we all know nothing is scarier than being a victim of any crime, especially a cybercrime. And cybercrime, that's what we've been focusing on this October. Got some other videos coming up this month on cybercrime. If you want to learn more, you can always message me if there's a topic that you want to have addressed, or you can email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. And if you missed a video, you can go to the YouTube channel, which is YouTube.com/C/Payments Professor. Sign up and see all of our videos. Hope you have a marvelous Monday. Look forward to seeing you in future videos.